I'm Jenny Ramp, your host, and welcome to yet another exciting event here on Miss Philippines Earth. Miss Philippines Earth takes on the theme Me Loves 23, in keeping with its advocacy to care for and preserve the environment. For our well-being and flourishing, Miss Philippines Earth will give emphasis on the essence and value of trees surrounding us to remind everyone about one of the most powerful tools we have against climate change. And of course, this event would not be made possible without the support of our major sponsor, HANA Shampoo. Get that youthful looking hair with new HANA Shampoo with Collagen Plus, along with our other sponsors. Today, the delegates will be on the hot seat. This is the Intelligence and Environmental Awareness round, where each delegate will have a one-on-one interview with our panel of experts. We've invited a group of respected individuals who will challenge each one of our delegates' wit and charm. Ladies and gentlemen, our panel of judges. First, we have the brand ambassador of Avant Wood and an advisor at the Philippine Stock Exchange. He holds a master's degree in environmental science from Brunel University in the United Kingdom and is a sought-after international speaker. The greenest man on the planet, Matthias Gilbert.
Hi. Best of luck for the ladies tonight.
Thank you for that. And on to our next judge. She graduated cum laude with a degree in psychology from UP Dalaman and holds a master's degree in environmental and natural resource management. A book author of Bakawan, a children's book of DepEd's Bright Minds Read program. An IVLP alumna and founder of My Birthday Foundation. News anchor of PTV News and Miss Earth Water 2006. Miss Catherine Vidal.
Thank you so much, Jenny. Can I just say that you represented the Philippines with so much pride. I'm so proud of you for being our Miss Philippines Earth in 2022, which only goes to show that whoever will win this year have big shoes to fill. So, God bless everyone, and we look forward to hearing all your advocacies. Good evening.
Well, thank you so much, Ms. Catherine. I am flattered. So now on to our next judge. He is a licensed communication arts educator, a corporate industry executive, and a pageant blogger. Mark finished a certificate course in teaching and has already completed his education units for a Master of Arts degree in education, major in English language teaching, both at the Philippine Norm University, the country's premier teacher training institution. He is a communication skills, personality, leadership capability, and learning and development specialist with 2 decades of experience. The current editor-in-chief of Miss Earth Crown, a Miss Earth dedicated news magazine page, Mr. Mark Lee Direl Gachalu.
Hello. I am excited to meet the girls. Also excited to get to know you. So enjoy the show and recollect.
And now lastly, our last judge, she completed her master's degree in applied physics major in medical physics in 2013. She practiced her field in radiation oncology as a medical psychiatrist. After winning the Miss Philippines Earth 2017, she started advocating about the conservation of energy and embracing the use of renewable energy. In 2017, her environmental advocacy widened after winning Miss Earth. In 2019, she represented the Philippines as the first youth ambassador for Climate Change Commission and the Youth Climate Summit held in United Nations headquarters in New York City. She is currently a member of the Association of Image Consult International, AICI, Global Sustainability Committee, an ambassador for WWF-PH, a host, a speaker, and an image consultant, Miss Karen Abasco.
Hi, everybody. It's great to be back in Miss Philippines Earth. Thank you again for having me. God bless to all the ladies. Just enjoy this prejudging, and I can't wait to meet everybody.
A big thank you to our panel. Now, before we proceed, I'd like to encourage everyone watching to show your love and support to our delegates by liking and sharing this live stream. These ladies put so much effort preparing for the pageant, so do show your support to these ladies, and don't forget to include hashtag Miss Philippines Earth 2023, hashtag MeLoves23 with all your social media posts. Let's get on with the intelligence and environmental awareness prejudging as I call in our first delegate from Aurora, Zamboanga del Sur, Patricia Nicole Yap.
Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening everyone. Magandang gabi sa lahat. Maayong gabi sa tanan nga naglantaw karon. I am Patricia Nicole Lagera, representing the Municipality of Aurora, province of Zamboanga del Sur. I am 22 years old and a graduating psychology student at Cebu Normal University. So for my chosen tree, I chose Badak. Badak is a Muslim term for the famous fruit tree called the jackfruit. And I chose this because it symbolizes us Auroranians. And every year we celebrate our grandest festival held in November. And it's named after Badak, which is the Badak Festival. And it showcases our talent, our creativity, and our strong relationship, the strong relationship of our Iranians. And so for my advocacy, I want to educate people the strong link between nature and nature. It rests primarily on our connection with nature. I want people, especially the youth, to have a deep and sincere connection with our Mother Nature, because if we truly understand the works of nature, then our love for her would truly manifest, like proper waste disposal, proper waste management. Name everything that you can that would help our Mother Nature, it would just naturally come off. Thank you, that's all.
Hi, Patricia Nicole. It's Kathy for your first question. You spoke about you're a psychology student. So how can the environment, or specifically trees, promote mental wellness?
Oh, yes. Actually, this is why I chose this advocacy, because it's very personal to me. I was accustomed, I grow in a house where when I go out, I see the trees, I feel the beautiful trees, I feel the breeze, and it comforts me. But when I go to college and I was in a foreclosed rooms, and when I go out, I only see the cable wires, and it really it makes me remember the trees. So that's why I want to educate people the strong link between nature, because it really comforts us. We should really nurture our trees, and let's bring nature with us. That's all. Thank you.
Hi, Patricia. Mark here. Hope you're feeling
Hello,
good.
Sir Mark.
Yes, you mentioned a while ago that you'd like the youth to make that connection with nature. I'll give you a scenario. Let's say you're in front of a bunch of kids. How would you make that happen?
Oh, when I'm in a bunch of kids and when I am with nature, usually I just close my eyes and feel the breeze coming from the trees, and that's it. It's as if I'm disconnected with everything and I feel connected with nature. So that's why I really love to get people to experience this type of connection. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Patricia.
Hello, good evening, Miss Karen. I'm a very big fan.
Hello, I'm happy to be meeting you. You mentioned about the connection of you wanting with human in nature
do you have a specific step or an execution that you would want this to happen? Like a project or perhaps an activity that you would like to share to everybody?
Actually, I'm just doing this by myself, and I want to make a noise through social media, since that's the only platform for now that I can think of. I want to engage conversation through posting my experiences, commenting, or even share vlogs in the future, video logs, and create blog about it. Because really, in a deep connection with nature, it really heals us. It really heals us from within. And then by that, we can then, it would lead then to a chain effect. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Now on to our next delegate from Balayan, Batangas, Mary Lassil Relivo.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Lassil Releva, and I'm Miss Philippines Earth, Balayan, Batangas. My advocacy is about biogas. It can actually help us reduce greenhouse emission, and I think that this is one of the my advocacy, which is the biogas, is one of the biggest way to help us lessen and reduce global warming. And I am 19 years old. I am currently studying at the National University Manila, and I am a psychology student as well. My chosen tree is Madre de Cacao. I believe that Madre de Cacao is one of the best friends of our farmers, and it contributes a lot to our daily lives. Thank you.
Hi, Marie Lassalle. Nice to meet you. And yeah, that's very interesting. The biogas subject's quite a technical subject as well.
Yes.
Can you explain to us how it actually works?
Yes.
To capture the biogas and how it decarbonizes the economy.
My advocacy, which is the biogas, it is a gas made from farm animal waste or any food waste. It is a DIY or eco-friendly methane. And I think that it can actually help us eradicate global warming by using this in our homes, especially in farmings, because I think that we should really encourage people to use this more. And biogas is really helpful for everyone. And yeah, I think it is one of the alternative solutions we can use to make or to eradicate global warming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Lassil. Madre de Cacao has a long list of medicinal values.
Yes.
How would you encourage people to go back and consider products we can get from plants as a means of healing and recovery?
My chosen tree, which is Madre de Cacao, is really underrated. Not a lot of people know about this. That's why I chose this tree, because it deserves the recognition. It deserves to be known by many. And I think that I can encourage people to use Madre de Cacao by using my social media platform, by posting about it, by actually using it. Actually, I've used Madre de Cacao to heal my dog, because I have a dog. I am a dog lover, and I use Madre de Cacao with warm water. I actually boiled it first and I used it, and then I took my dog a little warm shower or a bath. And yeah, I think that is one of my ways to promote this and to encourage people to use Madre de Cacao, because it's very helpful and it is very effective and efficient. Thank you.
I agree, and I use Madre de Cacao too for my dog.
Oh, thank you.
Hi, Lassil. You're a dog lover,
Hi, good
pala.
evening,
So
sir.
hi, good evening. I just have a question though. I know that you've already taking steps to combat climate change.
Yes.
Although we are on the brink of no return, according to a timeline that was given to us. Do you think raising awareness is enough, or do you think we need to do more?
Sir, sorry, you're kind of a bit choppy po. I can't hear you.
Apologies. My question
Yes, I'm so
is
sorry.
about climate change. Yeah.
Yes, climate change.
We are on the brink of no return.
Yes.
We are on the brink of no return, and just like to check though, do you think raising awareness is enough, or do you think we need to do more?
Thank you. I think that raising awareness is one of the ways we. Oh, the time is. But I think that raising awareness is one of the ways we can reduce global warming or climate change. But I think the basic way to reduce that is to plant more trees. And I think that Miss Philippines Earth advocacy is one of the greatest advocacies that they're doing right now is plant more trees. And I want to use my social media to promote this more. And especially I have an initiative project. It's called TikTok Tree. I want to promote TikTok Tree, and I want to tell everyone to use their social media, such as TikTok, to do a dance while planting their tree. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And before we move on, I want to say thank you to our sponsors, Everbelena for Every Beauty, SunSmart Solar Power Technology, living off the grid made possible, and Coco Life. Now on to our next delegate from Brooks Point, Palawan, Veronica Sinahon.
Hello, I'm Veronica Salazar Sinahon, 24 from Municipality, Brooks Point, Palawan. I hope my mom, with her a livelihood and mostly volunteering to local environmental activities. My chosen tree is the Almasigo tree because of its ecological value and sustainable livelihood that it provides our local native people. My advocacy is soil conservation and regeneration. It's involved promoting sustainable farming practices that protect and enhance the soil. I also believe that soil regeneration plays an essential role in mitigating climate change. Healthy soil acts as a carbon sink, absorbing and storing carbon from the atmosphere. When soil is degraded or destroyed, the carbon stored in the soil is released back into the atmosphere, contributing to greenhouse gas emission and climate change.
Hi, Veronica.
Hello po.
Can you tell us more about your chosen tree, why you chose it, and perhaps the benefits that it gives to everybody?
Okay, I chosen the Almasigo tree because they have a lot of production that we can get there. Especially its reason, which is hindi na natin kailangan putulin yung puno kasi sa kanyang reason pa lang is marami na tayong makukuha. Aside from that, yung mga ginagamit doon is varnish, incense, and the tradition medicine. Tsaka po, yung reason is pangtanggal din siya ng bad luck sa ating buhay daw po.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, hi Veronica.
Hello po.
I like your idea of using the soil as a carbon sink. And
yes.
How does it work in practice in technical terms? How does the soil absorb the carbon?
Absorb the carbon po. Actually, we can absolutely reverse the climate change by making things better po. So, here in Brooks Point, we already last year we already training some of the urbans. They training to how to biochar and etc. to organic fertilizer, because if our soil is we save our soil, we hope our save us then po. So healthy soil led to a healthy planet. Then healthy planet, healthy animals, healthy humans, and healthy air, healthy water, and healthy climate. We can save us, and let's make it happen together po to save our soil.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, biochar is very good.
Yes po, biochar.
Right, if there's still time, what's your favorite about Brooks Point, Palawan?
My favorite in Brooks Point po is the mountain, which is called a Maruyog Farm, or tinatawag po siyang Addison Peak, kasi po is like it's like this kind of mountain, and green po siya masyado. So I love my municipality kasi it's environmental friendly, and lagi po kami pinaproteksyonan yung aming kalikasan. Yun po. So mayaman po kami sa kalikasan tsaka ecotourism po. Lahat ng pupuntahin niyo dito dahil sobrang support kami sa aming mga environment, national resources po.
And yan mismo yung makakapag-attract ng tao sa inyong lugar. Maraming salamat.
Yes po. Maraming salamat po. Thank you.
Veronica, you know what? I've been to Palawan several times. I've been to Palawan several times, and I agree. Your environmental practices are amazing. How would you teach Manileños such as me to actually adapt your practices?
Aside from tawag dito, to use social media, kailangan po natin turuan sila kung paano yung mga tinatapon nating kalat, the waste. Meron po kasi mga iba-ibang activity or organic fertilizer na kailangan nating ipakita sa kanila na makakatulong tayo to reduce our problems for our environment. Marami po kami. Thank you po. Thank you.
Thank you to our sponsor, Gandang Ricky Reyes Chain of Salon. Now on to our next candidate from the Filipino community of California, USA, Nicole Lagera.
Hi, Eco-Warriors! My name is Nicole Lagera. I'm 26. I'm currently working as a financial wealth planner and an account executive in a digital media agency. My chosen tree is the cotton tree. And for my advocacy, it's all about the promotion and implementation of green cities. And I believe that this can definitely help improve the lives of the Filipino community. Wherein if we apply more sustainable practices such as availing of renewable energy, having better public transportation, having more green spaces, having better waste management practices, and of course, having proper education for economic conservation, environmental conservation, and sustainability. And with that, I'd like to bring awareness and, of course, inspire individuals, communities, and, of course, government officials to start taking action to make our cities greener.
Hi, Nicole.
Hello.
You mentioned about your advocacy about green cities. Green cities actually cover a lot of things, from renewable energy, conservation of energy, to your proper waste management. If you're going to give it a chance to just focus on one, what would you want to focus on in green cities?
For now, if I were to focus on one thing, it would be having better sources of renewable energy, especially for our cities here. I know that it's something that's a bit, but like people are still holding back in terms of that because it is expensive. I do understand that. But the thing is, if we avail of these renewable energy, then the expense you incur the first time is going to pay off in the long run, since that's how it's much better. Since it's renewable, then it's easier to access and we won't have such shortage. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, hi, Nicole. The subject of green cities is very interesting. One of the mega trends for construction in cities is now to replace cement and steel with wood from trees to use that as a carbon sink. Do you think that's a good idea or a bad idea to source construction material from wood?
That's a great question. Actually, like houses in America are made from wood, and not necessarily that it's bad, but if you use wood and then use proper foundations to make it sturdier, then the buildings would still be safe, at the same time more environmentally friendly. And yeah, I think that having a proper mix of everything should balance everything out. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Nicole. Usually when we talk about trees, we just talk about tree planting. But what environmental issue do you think is directly related to the protection of our forests or trees in general?
environmental issue that's directly connected to our trees. Of course, it's climate change, definitely. And that being said, trees are very important because they absorb the carbon that humans make. And that being said, like trees have so much use. Not just absorbing carbon, but also the roots of the trees keeping our land intact. So if ever they help prevent landslides. Also, since the trees are deeply embedded into our soil, then if there are any flash floods and so on and so forth, then they can absorb that and reduce the effect of those floods. Thank you.
Hi, Nicole. I just like to check. Oh, okay. It's okay.
Next time.
Save by the bell.
Okay, now thank you to our sponsor, Alberto Shoes, the official heels provider of Miss Philippines Earth. Now on to our next delegate from Carrascal, Surigao del Sur, Crystal May Corisao.
Marajo Karajo Eco Warriors. Hi, I'm Crystal May Correos from the beautiful seaside town of Carrascal, Surigao del Sur. I'm a 27-year-old psychology graduate and also a registered psychometrician who works within the municipal government of Carrascal. Carrascal, my hometown, is home to one of the largest mangrove forests in Surigao del Sur, and that is why I chose the mangroves as my selected or featured tree. My environmental advocacy focuses on reducing our dependence on single-use plastic bags by encouraging and incentivizing individuals to use alternatives such as eco bags, cloth material bags, and other reusable bags. And I will also be tapping to local government units, store owners or business owners to actually help implement policies that will redirect consumers into finding more sustainable solution against our rampant use of single-use plastic bags. So it's all focused on single-use plastic bags. So that will be all. Thank you.
Hi, Crystal.
Hi. Good evening.
Hi. I just like to check though. Have you heard of the recent incident that happened, the oil spill in Mindoro?
Pardon, Paul?
Have you heard of the recent incident that happened in Mindoro, the oil spill?
Oh, I have heard about it, sir, but I haven't read the content. But I've heard that in Twitter actually. So yeah.
Yes. There was an oil spill, and a lot of the marine, a lot of the sea animals as well as the biodiversity has been affected by that oil spill, including the mangroves. Just like to check.
Yeah.
Let's say you were a government official. Let's say you are a government official. How do you think will you make these people responsible and take accountability on what happened?
Actually, sir, I believe that local government agencies have policies that will reprimand incidents like this from happening again. Those people involved in the oil spill needs to be accountable, and I think they have to pay for all the repairs and to help revitalize or relive these creatures or like the trees itself. They have to take action with that because actually we have a law that will demand them to take action. So we could use that, tap into that. So yeah.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Crystal.
Hi, good evening.
Hi. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Carrascal is quite known when it comes to mining. I just want to ask, what is your stand when it comes to mining?
I believe that mining is a balance between good and bad. It depends on the kind of management that each mining company has. Each mining company provides employment to these individuals, especially to my people. It's like the primary source of income to my people. But at the same time, you cannot take away the fact they need to be responsible of the lands that they have mined after. And there are laws that actually teaches that, imposes them to plant and conduct reforestation. Actually, I have been involved with like some mining companies, and I have seen like companies that have done reforestations already. They even have like farms at the top of the mountains. They have pine trees, and I was like, man, like I didn't know that mining areas could actually look as beautiful like this even after being mined out. So it's actually possible. We just need to tell them to implement or impose these mining companies with provide them with strict implementation of the law. So yeah, it's a balance.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, hi, Crystal. I'm just wondering whether you have evaluated your own carbon footprint, and can you give us an idea how big is your carbon footprint per year?
My personal, I'm trying my best to make as less as I can. And we cannot really, the thing for me is like living in this modern world, we would always live a carbon footprint, right? And we would try to do our best to lessen this carbon footprint. But I believe that to make greater impact as a society, it's not just to minimize everything. We actually need to adapt. And I believe that the best thing that we could do is to tap into our lawmakers to actually, invest in researches, studies that will actually help us understand more with regards to lessening carbon footprints and trying to capture more carbon in the environment, because that's the best thing that we could do. Adapt. Thank you.
Thank you to Pacific Blue Transport Services. On to our next delegate from Casiguran, Aurora, Learie Cortana.
Hi, Learie. I think you're on mute. We still can't hear you.
Okay. Can we go to the next one and then we'll circle back to Ms. Casiguran? Jenny?
Okay, we'll go to the next round from Dasmariñas City, Naomi Enieva.
Hi, everybody. My name is Naomi Fatalvo Neva, as a representative of Dasmariñas City, Cavite. I am 19 years old and currently taking up medical biology in De La Salle University, Dasmariñas. I am representing the Camagong for this year's team, and I am an advocate of waste quality management and sustainability. Nice to meet you all po.
Hi. Camagong, what inspired you? What characteristics of the Camagong were you drawn to that you chose it as your chosen species of tree?
Actually, while doing my research here around Dasmariñas, I found out that Camagong tree is a very critically endangered tree here that is native in the Philippines. And when I learned in my university that we have one single fully grown tree, it really sparked an interest in me to understand why they were endangered and why it has happened to their species. And according to the researches that I've done, Camagong tree is one of the most sought after trees for its hardwood. It is used for our furnitures, our shuttles, and it has really provided, most especially for our environment, the carbon sinks, the one that freshens our air and that gives the natural life habitats for our plants and animals. So yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hi, Naomi.
Hi.
I'd just like to ask, in case you win Miss Philippines Earth, what is that one capability that you have that you think you can use to, during your reign, to spread awareness on the environment? One capability and why?
I think my one capability is that I am a proactive individual. Being proactive means that I am able to adapt to the challenges that comes with being the Miss Philippines Earth representative of the Philippines. That comes with a lot of responsibilities, a lot of pressure. And of course, being an environment advocate and also a student myself, there's a lot of demands that I have to fill in. But being Miss Philippines Earth is a role that I really want to fill, and that is a big honor to me. So I think that it is being a proactive individual.
Hi, Naomi.
Hi, ma'am.
Can you tell us more about your advocacy? Can you expand it more and explain it to us?
So waste quality management and sustainability seeks more on the knowledge of how we can do better in managing our waste, especially now that we live in a lot of cities, especially in Dasmariñas, we consume a lot of waste. And with that being said, it is important that we take on the challenge of being more responsible, knowing what we can do better, especially that I live or my work, my family's business seeks or uses a lot of waste. So, with that being said, I really want to expand my knowledge because that's one of the things that really stood out to me when I was working with our government officials that works for the environment. That there is always a gap of knowledge for the people to understand the projects that we have for our environment. So that is what I really want to expand because sustainability is already existing. We already know how it works, but there is still more that we don't know on how we can do it. So yes, thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you.
So thank you to our sponsor, Anlechang Manok ng Senior Pedro. And I'd like to circle back to the last candidate, see if her audio is now working, from Kasiguran Aurora.
Hello, everybody. I apologize. So yeah, I'm Learie Cortana. I am representing the Municipality of Kasiguran, Province of Aurora. I am a freelance artist and graduating already as a fine arts student at UP Diliman. So about my chosen tree, it's the balete tree, if you're familiar with that tree. So a fun fact about the balete tree is that we in Aurora have the largest balete in Asia, as it is also far from extinction. So I chose this tree because although it is associated with scary folklores, if you're familiar with the folklore, ang babae sa balete tribe. So I mean it has helped its kind from being far from extinction because of this folklores. But well, as I've said, it's more as an art student, I appreciate everything around me. So it's more on the appreciation side for this tree. So for my advocacy, since I'm an art student, it is art for a cause. And with that, using art, I can encourage people to be more part of taking care of nature, and advocates as well, artisans, volunteers to join my cause where art is used as a tool to help solve the main causes of global crisis. That's it.
Hi, Learie. Nice advocacy. If you were to paint me a picture that expresses your environmental concern and advocacy, what would that picture look like?
It would be a picture of turtles having consumed microplastics. I mean, if we think about it, because of the actions that we do, we are harming not only ourselves, but also the creatures around us, because we humans are not the ones who are benefiting from this planet. We also have to think about other organisms such as turtles. And imagine a fish having to consume microplastics, and this fish gets eaten by a tuna, and that tuna is our food. We eat that tuna from canned goods, and we don't want to eat something that is not healthy for us as well for the environment.
So I hope we can see that picture soon.
Sure.
Thank you for talking about the biological magnification from one organism to another. You're studying at the University of the Philippines, one of the remaining green patches in Quezon City. How grateful are you to be in that kind of environment?
Of course, as a UP student, currently I'm a scholar. And not because I am part of a university which is very well known for its educational and academic performance. I am also grateful that my friends and my professors, they taught me to become part of them, who has a lot of cause, which is why I joined this pageant, because I knew to myself that I can use art. I can use my the lessons that I've learned from my university to make an actionable plan to apply to this cause, and to be more engaged to the world, whatever it is that we have, whatever crisis it is that we have to solve. I need to be more part of it, and that is why I am grateful to be one of the students in UP Diliman. Thank you.
Hi, Learie. You've been mentioning about using art to further your advocacy. Could you please be specific with it? What would you specifically do to use art to further your environmental advocacy?
So I just want to share the project that I just organized recently. It's called Project Pinta. So Pinta in Tagalog is, in English is paint. So Pinta is Tagalog for paint. So Project Pinta aims to give a positive influence on nature through transformative art. If you already take that as a clue for its abbreviation, I'm just gonna wrap this up. So as I lead on this cause by being creative through reuse and recycle method, for instance, paper making. So instead of throwing used papers away, we can recycle them and create a new set of papers, or simply keep them in the future for our future art projects, which for your information, I've learned from some of my art classes. So yeah, thank you.
Appreciate you sharing that.
Thank you to our major sponsor, HANA Shampoo. Now on to Dipolog City, KC Santos.
Good evening, everyone. I am Krisha Caro de Leon Palca Santos. I am 21 years old, and I am in my fourth year as a dental student in Universidad de Zamboanga. So this year's theme is Me Loves 2023, and the tree that I chose is the talisay tree. Now, I'm aware that the talisay tree is very simple and is very common. You can actually find this everywhere in Dipolog City. So, however, although it is simple, I still find the beauty in the way that it moves and the way that the sun shines on its green, glossy leaves. And I hope that you could also appreciate it too. Then moving on to my advocacy, which is entitled Own Less, Do More. So it focuses on reassessing our daily actions. It is about actively deciding to produce less waste while doing more for the community, for yourself, and for the environment. Basically, for me, saving Earth is not a project, it is a lifestyle. That's all.
Hi, Casey.
Hello, Miss Karen. You're actually one of my favorite Miss Philippines.
Thank you. I do love your smile. It's very apt that you're taking dentistry. So it's so good for you. But my question is, out of all the competitions, why Miss Philippines Earth?
Well, I know that I'm a dental student and it's not very related. You can't relate teeth to nature. It's very difficult, but I did find a loophole, which is I wanted to teach people that when we consume food that is actually from the grocery stores, it is not good for your teeth, obviously. But when we buy those products, they have single-use plastics like wrappers or plastic bottles. And actually, if you think about it, people in the middle class are they get more dental diseases than the people in the lower class, because people in the lower class also only eat natural products which don't contain sugars or or chemicals that are bad for your teeth. So I just wanted to tell people that dental problems come from food that comes in the grocery stores, which also contain plastics and stuff that are not good for the environment. So if people learn about that, they will choose to buy products or produce that are natural and good for the teeth. That's all.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, hi, Casey. Interesting that you are studying dentistry. If you look at a dental practice, in your opinion, what activities there have the highest carbon footprint in a dental office?
Well, actually, dental offices use a lot of electricity. They use a lot of water just to fix the teeth of the people. So electricity is one big problem, because when we use electricity, we use fossil fuels to get the energy that we use. And fossil fuels are non-renewable resources, which also emit carbon emissions, which is also not good for the environment because they are they entrap heat in the atmosphere. Other than that, water is also a problem in dentistry because we use too much water, and it's not good for the people because our water is actually also running out. Our water that is good for the people is also running out. That's all.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you to Award Extremes Aid. On to our next delegate from the Filipino community, Florida, USA, Josephine Roman.
Hi, everyone. My name is Josephine, or you can call me Josie Valenzuela Roman. I'm 23 years old. I'm currently studying for my bachelor's degree in accounting, and I'm also working as a hospitality professional. My chosen tree is the oak tree because the oak tree is a keystone species, meaning that entire ecosystems depend on the oak trees for survival and habitat. And my advocacy is to educate and bring awareness of the environment to those around me, especially the next generation, through not only my voice, but through my actions. By practicing what I preach, I believe that I will be a good example to those around me through volunteering and through my sustainable living. Thank you.
Hi, Josie. What lesson or value has the oak tree taught you?
Thank you, Paul, for the question. The oak tree has taught me a valuable... I'm sorry, can you repeat the question, please?
Yes. What value or lesson has the oak tree taught you?
So the lesson that the oak tree has taught me, since I've learned that the oak tree supports many animals and other species around them, it's taught me to think about those around me through nurturing and being a safe space, especially to my family and my friends. I know that everyone goes through tough times in life, and all I ever want to do is to be a positive, nurturing person to those around me. Thank you.
Hi, Josie. You mentioned that you are about to take or taking hospitality management. I'd just like to check and focus on that industry because there are a lot of practices in that industry that is harmful to the environment. If you were to focus one practice in the hospitality industry that you, let's say, you'd like to help influence and be better, what would that be?
I'm sorry, do you mind repeating the question?
Okay, sure. No worries. since you are about to take hospitality management, I'm saying that there are a lot of practices in the hospitality industry that are not environmentally friendly. So if you are to choose one and focus on one practice in the hospitality industry, and let's say you'd like to bring light to it and bring a change in that practice, what would that be?
One practice that I would bring light of the environment through hospitality is through, since I'm in hospitality, I'm around other people all the time. So one way is to bring up the environment through conversation. I know a lot of people don't really speak about the environment, but it's around us. So there's always a way to bring up the environment and how we should preserve it, especially the dry lands and the wetlands. And as someone who has a passion for it, I can bring it up in conversation. Thank you.
Great. I think that's a good start. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Josie.
Oh,
it's okay.
Hi, Paul.
Thank you to our sponsor, BW Super Bake Shop. Now on to our next delegate from Jones Isabela, Jire Kala Kala.
Hi everyone, I am Jaira Kalakala, your Miss Philippines Earth Jones Isabela. I am a certified public accountant and a singer. And I also love to do arts. I used to draw and paint the nature when I was young, but now I've used the skill to do makeup artistry, especially avant-garde makeup. And it's really fun to play with the colors, actually. And speaking of nature, with this year's theme, Me Loves 23, I chose a tree that has small leaves, but has a dark green color, but golden yellow underneath. Have you guessed it? It is the kaimito, or the star apple tree. It is sweet, and it has a fruit that is sweet, gel, and delicious, that is not only beneficial for your cravings, but also for your body. Now, I am here to advocate for the reduction of the single-use plastics, and I hope that everyone would do the same.
Hi, Jaira.
Hi, po. Hi.
Why choose that kind of advocacy to fight against single-use plastic? Out of all the advocacies you can choose, why fighting against it?
I chose single-use plastic reduction, doing the small things that we do in our everyday lives, because we all know that just going outside to buy something would mean that you would have a plastic, and that is very concerning on my part, because I believe that we could use other products that would be a better and more sustainable thing for us. And that is why I believe that we just have to bring our own eco bags to put into our lifestyle the things that would make our earth more sustainable to live in.
Yeah, hi, Jire. I like your advocacy, but I'm just trying to understand, how can you practice that in your profession when you do the high-end makeup artistry? Isn't there a lot of plastic packaging that you're constantly faced with that is only being used for a one-time job?
Thank you for that question, Sir Matthias. But I think that even though in makeup artistry, they use those packages that are plastic, but I believe that even just doing things that bringing your own eco bag just to buy those makeup is already a big help to our Mother Earth. And that is why I am into the belief that we have to put into lifestyle the things that would help protect and restore the resources of the earth.
Hi. What are you most looking forward to when you come to Manila?
When I come to Manila, I look forward to the times when people do something for the earth. Actually, it really makes me happy when people bring their own bottle of water, and that is also something that I really appreciate, not only in one person but all the people who do care for our Mother Earth. Thank you.
Thank you to our sponsor, Skin Lumina. Now on to Kalibo Aklan, Rowan No.
Hi everybody! Ayad nga gabi ikinyo tanan. I'm Rowan Marisno. I'm a third-year college student taking Bachelor of Science in Tourism Management at Aklan Polytechnic College. And I'm representing the Mother of all Philippine Festivals, the Ati-Atian town of Kalibo. I am a fisherman and I grew up in a small island called Kinamukan. And my place is surrounded by coastlines. Fishing is our primary source of income. And as a fisherman, I have perceived how valuable our bodies of water because this is where we get our basic needs. That's why I am advocating for marine coastal ecosystems preservation and conservation. That's why I chose Bakhawang Babae because I know it is one of the best solutions we can fight climate crisis. Thank you.
Good evening, Rowan. It's interesting that you shared to us that you are a fisherman. I'd just like to check what values or personal values have you learned about fishing, okay, that you think you could apply if in case you win a title in Miss Philippines Earth.
What I learned being a fisherman is the value of nature and money. We as fishermen didn't earn that much. That's why we need to buy only our necessities. We cannot buy luxuries. And through that, the reason why I value nature because there is the one. Sorry for that. I feel nervous, but the reason why I value nature is that the nature is where we get our income. That's why I really value nature and money. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Rowan.
Thank you.
Hi, Rowan.
Hi po.
You mentioned that you were a fisherman earlier. So what is the biggest environmental problem you've seen in the seas so far?
And now I see the biggest environmental problem I see now is the oil spill that is in Pola or Oriental Mindoro. But I am happy that here in Aklan province, in Kalibo Aklan, we are prepared whenever there is oil spill that will come here, especially it's near in Boracay. I am happy that each municipality here is monitoring and we have this proactive measures like the alternative oil spills and the containment booms. That's why I'm happy that we are very ready. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, hi, Rowan. I was interested in you mentioning you're a fisherman. I mean, we have Women's Month this month, right? And when we talk about environment, social governance, we talk about gender equality? And do you think it's better to call it fisherman or fisherwoman?
Fisherman, because we can use man to describe men or women. As for me, it's just the same. Thank you po.
All right. Thank you for sharing.
Interesting.
Hi, Rowan.
Hi po.
The closure of Boracay led to its eventual rehabilitation. Do you think we should do the same thing with our forests to declare a no logging period so that our forests can resuscitate?
Yes po. Kasi here in Boracay, we see naman the effects of closing it. So I think it can help to enhance and to bring back the beauty of the forest, just like what happened in Boracay. Thank you.
Thank you to Johnson Cosmetic Surgery Manila. Now on to Iloilo City, Maria Cristina Talador.
Mahigong maon nga gabi sa inyong tanan. I am Maria Christina Isabel Nacionales Saludor, your Miss Philippines Earth, Iloilo City. I am 18 years old and I am a STEM student and a student researcher of Iloilo National High School. And I've chosen the tree of one of the many species of mangroves here in my city, Bakawan Lalake. And through that, my advocacy focus on caring for the environment, which is care, which means change makers, for actualizing the protection of biodiversity, reducing carbon footprint, and enabling the youth through education to become ambassadors of environmental wellness.
Christina, you chose the Bakawang Lalaki, right?
Yes.
So why do you think how important is the Bakawan in our ecosystem?
Actually, living in one of the most urbanized cities in the Philippines, Iloilo, mangroves have become a big part of our ecosystem, especially that it is a source of protection amid storm surges. And I've chosen Bakawan Lalaki because as a student researcher, I firmly believe that those underappreciated things actually have a big impact in our environment. And Bakawan Lalaki is one of the most species of mangroves that we have little knowledge about it, and people don't have little knowledge about how to propagate it. And through scientific research and also giving scientific basis, then the agro-industrial sector of the Philippines and the agriculture industry of the Philippines can have knowledge on how to propagate this certain species of mangroves.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hi, Christina.
Hi, Miss Karen.
As a part of the youth, how do you think your voice of your generation can be so powerful to share a great message about the planet?
As a student researcher and as part of the youth, really the youth is like the strongest quality of being part of the youth is being curious. And being curious, we are actually exploring new things and also becoming a voice for the voiceless. And I firmly believe that the youth-led formations have been bringing movement, especially to the environment. And just like my advocacy, which is care, we have currently planted 300 mangrove seedlings in the coastal areas of the barangay Hinaktakan, La Paz. And through this, we have actually proven that through youth-led formation movements, we can actually have a healthy relationship and a healthy coexistence with modernization and preservation of our environment.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hi, Christina. Great to hear that part of your advocacy is care, climate change, carbon reduction. Have you analyzed your own personal carbon footprint, and what is the biggest contribution to your personal carbon footprint?
Really, I've really analyzed on how to reduce carbon footprint, really as someone who's living in a household that actually values sustainability and an eco-friendly lifestyle. My family uses or makes our own compost in our plants. And also we've actually used eco-friendly bags in shopping. And through this, we've actually actualized our care for the environment as well. And through sustainable practices and actually practicing self-sufficiency, through this, we can actually build a resilient and sustainable future.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hi, Christina. If I were to give you a chance to address people and explain to them in the simplest terms what they can do very easily, for the Mother Earth, how will you say it? In the simplest terms.
Really, in the
Go ahead.
simplest
It's going to
terms-
be simple. Imagine this is a TikTok. You have 30 seconds. Go.
Really, in the simplest terms, on how we can actually help our environment is really caring for the environment. Just like my advocacy, we are going to care for the environment to become change makers who are actualizing the protection of biodiversity through reducing our carbon footprint, like actually just by really segregating our waste, and most especially be educated. By being educating, we are enabling us to become ambassadors of environmental wellness. Thank you.
Thank you to King Fu Express, Mr. Hong's Unlimited Samgyeopsal, and Piggy Papa. Now on to Lagunindan, Miss Oriental, Methocella Neva.
Mabuhay! I am Methocella Villanueva, 25, your eco warrior from Laguindingan, Misamis Oriental. I chose mahogany tree because it symbolizes strength and resilience, and my advocacy is environmental protection and conservation. Thank you.
I mean, Tesela, you have a very interesting name, very unique. I hope you don't mind sharing to all of us. What does that mean?
Actually, my name is
Your
from
name,
the Bible.
what does that mean?
So it was taken from the Bible. It means the oldest man in the Bible, 969 years old. So it is found in the Old Testament.
Okay, interesting. I just have one question for you. So if in case you win Miss Philippines Earth, what environmental advocacy you'd like to put light?
I joined Miss Philippines Earth because I believe that it's a great platform for me to realize my personal advocacy, which is community building through environmental protection and conservation, because I am challenged at the same time, called to serve for my fellow Filipinos, to build communities and empower green hands. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Methocella.
Hello.
Oh, your advocacy is quite broad. Do you want to explain further to us how you can perhaps focus on one area of your advocacy that you really want to tell us?
One of the basic steps is like grow a tree project, save water movement are some of the basic steps I wish to implement as I venture in bringing back the glory of Mother Nature, and of course, care for the environment. For it is in caring that we can restore humanity, much more our Mother Nature. Thank you.
Yeah, hi, Methocella. Nice to meet you here. What are the practical things? Hi. What are the practical things you did today in your personal life? What practical things did you do today to bring back the glory of Mother Nature in your daily life through your environmental advocacy?
For me, it's like it's very easy and simple. Like instead of using showers, I use pail and lipper to conserve water, and it's very economical. So that's one of my basic steps.
Something else that you did today beside the tabo?
And also I did tree planting activities, and also I went to the water dam of Laguindingan.
Thank you.
Do we still have time for one more question, or is the bell going to ring anytime soon?
Thank you.
Catch all the stunning Miss Philippines Earth 2023 delegates as they visit the fruit and vegetable basket of Mindanao, the province of Bukidnon, on April 18 to 20 for the talent competition. Now on to Mabini, Batangas, Iris Mabanda.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Iris Mabanda. I'm 25 years old, and I'm representing Mabini, Batangas. So I'm a licensed chemist and I'm currently taking up marine science. And my chosen tree is the bitoon tree, which actually has great uses in fisheries, which ties into my advocacy, which is the growth of the blue economy. So the Sustainable Development Goal of number 14 of the United Nations is life below water, which aims to conserve and sustainably use marine resources, the oceans and seas, for sustainable development. The ultimate goal is to have a harmonious relationship with our environment. And the Philippines is an archipelagic country, so we are very rich in marine resources. And actually, Mabini is along the Verde Island Passage, which is the center for marine biodiversity. So through better management of our marine resources, we can grow the country's blue economy.
All right. Iris, vacation is coming up because of Holy Week, and a lot of people will be heading down to our beaches. How can people make their vacations, hopefully a reflective and meaningful one, more eco-friendly?
So by, like you said, vacation season is coming up. It's actually getting really warm. But ecotourism is definitely one of the things that I advocate for. And when we do go to the beaches, one thing that I would like to ask each and everybody that goes to our wonderful beaches is to really take in the environment. Feel the sand, feel the water between your toes, and take in the ecosystems that are present in whatever beach you go to. And I feel like once you do take these in, you develop that appreciation for our marine resources. And from that, you can already be good to our environment and especially our beaches. Thank you.
Hi, Iris. This is your second time joining Miss Philippines Earth. I'd just like to find out, what have you learned from your first journey, and what would you do differently now in your second journey?
From my first journey, that was a really unique way of entering my first national pageant. That was when the pandemic really hit and lockdown just suddenly hit us. And the one thing that I learned definitely from my previous stint as a candidate of Miss Earth is that we really have ways to go on learning about how to conserve our environment, to what are the ways that we can actually do to prevent, for example, natural disasters. We need to learn more about our, for example, our Philippine native trees. It's not enough that we plant any random tree. We have to know our ecosystem. We have to know the environment in which we are planting trees. And from there, we need to determine what species will actually plant there. And, the opposite will happen. It will actually be detrimental to the ecosystem if we plant foreign species in our lands and even coasts.
Thank you.
Thank you to our sponsor, Guevara's. Now on to Mangatarem, Pangasinan, Carrie Riley.
Hello everyone, my name is Carrie Riley. I am 20 years old and I am representing Mangatarem, Pangasinan. I am a fashion model and I am a fashion marketing student. And my advocacy is actually my project called #CarrieCares. And for this year's theme, I'm going for trees, as it's 20 trees. And the tree that I'm focusing on, which is Nara trees, I've collaborated with the local governors and they helped me go to schools and teach them about Nara trees, and I invited them over to come planting with me. And yeah.
Hi, Carrie.
Hi.
Would you like to tell us what your advocacy is for joining Miss Philippines Earth?
Sorry, can you repeat that again?
Would you like to tell us what advocacy you want to share us as you join Miss Philippines Earth?
So my advocacy as joining Miss Philippines Earth is to show the awareness, the way I see nature. And for this year, it's mostly about Nara trees. But as an ocean lover as well, I want to stop polluting the ocean with plastic and microplastic as it's damaging the corals, the fishes as well. As a diver, I find that very heartbreaking. So that's what I want to do as well. Thank you.
Hi, Carrie. What is the one practice that you are still doing that you think you should change to lower your personal environmental impact?
Can you repeat that again? Sorry.
Do you still have any environmentally sinful activities that you think you should get rid of to improve your own environmental performance?
I think definitely living in the Philippines, a massive thing is getting around places. So transportation such as cars, trains, and bikes. However, I've been improving on that. I'm actually trying to learn how to use bike, but e-bike. So I have my own e-bike in Pangasinan, but I'm still trying to learn it as I'm still kind of scared, but I'm getting the hang of it now. Thank you.
And where does the power of your bike come from? Does it come from a coal-fired power plant or from a renewable source?
It's from a battery, so it's a renewable source, but I feel like it's a lot better than using oils.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Carrie. I asked this question before, and I'm going to ask you again. For example, you met a random stranger while you're commuting. How can you encourage this person in the simplest terms that he or she will understand and appreciate?
Appreciate the environment.
You know how it's challenging to speak to people and encourage them to do things for the environment because sometimes it becomes too complicated. It's become, too challenging and too much of a hassle. How can you convince someone that it's not, that it's so simple to do something for the environment?
Well, I like to teach the young ones, so I like to make it more exciting and fun. So I tell them, hey, let's clean out the ocean or let's clean out the river. Then we can all swim together after because it's so clean, it's so fun, and it's so fresh. So I told them, oh, after we guys clean, let's go swim in the lake. Yes, that's what I'll do. Thank you.
Now on to our last delegate from the Filipino community of Melbourne, Australia, Shayuri Livori.
Maayong gabi sa inyong tahanan. I come from the land down under, Melbourne, Australia, and also one of the most livable cities. Awesome to say that. And I'm 19 years old. I am studying at the Royal Melbourne Institute of Technology, and I'm doing a professional writing and editing degree leading towards public relations. And my tree of choice is the eucalyptus tree, and here it's known as the gum tree. It's a pretty funny name, but it's also just one of the main foundations of Australian ecosystems. And if you've heard of the koala, which I hope you have, they're extremely cute and unfortunately endangered because of the eucalyptus, 50% of their original extent actually being declined due to a lot of terrible historical situations here in Australia. And leading on to my advocacy, which targets waste reduction, specifically in the youth, because I believe that the youth will be the inheritors of the tomorrow world. And really by targeting them and getting their influences through the consumer markets, by introducing more innovative products as such to a generation where their purchasing power is actually increasing for millennials, I really find that we can have those products, those innovative eco products in their households. So eventually they can inspire the next generations. Thank you.
Hi, Shari.
Hello, Bo. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Yes, Melbourne, Australia is one of the most livable cities in Australia. I just like to check though, what environmental practices you think you could use to promote. Let's say you go to Manila and there's an environmental practice in Australia, and you'd like to promote that. How would you promote that environmental practice?
The thing is, being a part of the generation that I feel has the most amplified voice, I feel that really by educating myself, because the issue around climate is that a lot of the times people believe there's climate despair, and that stops them from wanting to listen to the issues at hand. So really by educating myself with good informed information, really being on this platform, Miss Philippines Earth, I believe I can really bring those sustainable issues from my home to wherever I go in the world. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hello, Paul.
I was able to visit Melbourne last year, and it's like you have 4 seasons in one day. The weather is a little different.
Yes.
So how do you adjust if you grew up in Melbourne? How do you adjust with that kind of weather every single day?
Honestly, Karen, it's really just taking it as just being grateful, because the thing is, there's beauty in difference, and I feel like I'd be sick with one season for every day of my life living in Australia. So I believe that's just one of the amazing things of Melbourne. Not only do we have such diverse ecosystems here, but also in relations to the weather.
Thank you.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, hi, Shawuri. I'm very interested in your choice of tree. I mean, the eucalyptus tree is very interesting on the outside with the colors, but in most countries, it's been planted in plantations for pulp and paper, and it's famous for consuming a lot of water and as well degrading the soil. Is the eucalyptus tree their native tree in Australia, and why was it your choice?
Yes, I've heard a lot of it. Because it's such an adaptable species, it's of a large extent, and a lot of that does bring issues to if it's not planted in native territory. So really, the reason why I chose the eucalyptus tree for one is specifically because it has a profound connection to one of the animals I love the most here, which is the koala. And really, I find that, by really bringing, first of all, Indigenous people's voices to the forefront of media, because they're seen as obsolete, especially nowadays. And I really find that bringing their voices and the information that they can really bring to the media at the forefront will really help to keep these eucalyptus trees in the places that they need to be, so they can benefit those ecosystems and not destroy others. Thank you.
Thank you.
And that concludes the intelligence and environmental awareness prejudging round with our first batch of delegates. Ladies, you must give yourselves a pat on the back for a job well done. With a tough panel to impress, I'm just floored with how you managed to swing this round. Thank you to our panel of experts and to everyone who watched this live stream. And of course, a big thank you to our major sponsor, HANA Shampoo. Sway that youthful looking hair with new HANA Shampoo with Collagen Plus. Let us know what you think by following and subscribing to our social media accounts at Miss Phil Earth on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok. Keep those comments coming, and we hope to see you again tomorrow for another round of nerve-wracking interviews with our second batch of delegates here on Miss Philippines Earth 2023. We have lots of exciting events lined up leading to the Grand Coronation happening very soon, so be sure to get updated with the latest happenings on Miss Philippines Earth 2023. Until then, this has been Jenny Ram. Good night to all and stay safe.